back just when you thought you were rid of me. You can't do that so quickly because I'm here to stay for my last show. And it's going to be beautiful and epic because there's so much I want to talk into with so little time. But here we go. You're listening to Earthy Moore, Compassionate Leader of Influence. This is episode 13, the season finale. And I'm talking about the brilliant mindset of an entrepreneur. Now, I want to talk into all of the different topics that were really standing out for me in helping you to be the visionary entrepreneur of influence. And so when I looked at all of my topics, I realized there's so much we need to do. And as I said just now, that as entrepreneurs, we need to walk alongside other people on this journey who've got other skills and expertise that add value to us. So that makes sense to actually let you know that on our website, the ibgr.network website, you can not only just download show notes and podcasts, there's something even more juicier hiding there. Go on to the and find the IBGR community mentoring groups. You see, when you join the IBGR community, you are automatically added to your community of commerce. Now, the community of commerce is a great place to network. It's an incredible place to actually find to join your favorite on-air talent and your favorite mentoring groups and have access to useful tools and mentoring conversations around your specific business challenges. In fact, join one or more mentoring groups today, and you can immediately start engaging with other like minded business growers and entrepreneurs. Now, I cannot tell you how important it is to have mentors and coaches in your field of expertise. Even if they're not, it's incredible about how they can stimulate your thinking. In fact, masterminding is one of the most powerful ways to engage with people. You can talk into your ideas and they will help you to expand it. They never dissect it. What they do is they challenge you. They make you think out of your box. And if you go to our IBGR community, how stunning would that be if you could share your ideas or your challenges there and have other like minded business owners even say to you, hey, I've been thinking about that too, and I've been battling with that, and together you solve it. You see, what's beautiful about mentoring groups or coaching is it always stimulates your thinking to make sure that you become solution focused. And so when I look at why it is important to build your mindset of an entrepreneur, we look at the need to discover potential and we see that growth is no longer nice to have. It's like breathing. I mean, when you look at the world right now, the demand for soft skills as well as technical skills are in high demand. And with many big corporations seeking solutions, now is our time to shine as entrepreneurs. So if you think about it, now more than ever, we will need to work out how to retain talent, develop skills online, work out how to nurture emotional connection, and so much more. So as entrepreneurs, being on this journey with people who are solution focused is going to help you with the soft skills as well as technical skills. You don't have to know everything. That is the biggest gift you can give to yourself as an entrepreneur. Don't feel as if you need to know everything. In fact, you will actually put yourself into a very, very difficult situation if you think that you are meant to do this all by yourself. You're not. And this is why IBGR.network is here right now for you. And so when I look at my first 4 weeks, just looking at the topics that I delved into, the compassionate entrepreneur of influence, the creative entrepreneur, the visionary entrepreneur, and week 4 I spoke into loyalty is not as elusive as you think. Now it sounds fascinating, but here's the thing. When I was talking about the compassionate entrepreneur of influence, I was looking at my specific journey. I was looking at what I had to learn and unlearn, relearn, and what I had to do to grow personally just in my everyday life, my self development, my personal development, my leadership skills, my ability to communicate effectively. my ability to step up and to stand out, how to get rid of my shyness, how to take the fact, accept that as an introvert, I would need to actually step up so much more, and that I could not use being shy as an excuse, but rather use it as something to excite me and to embrace, because that allowed me to then ask questions of people that would normally be scary. You see, when you look at yourself as an entrepreneur, there are some people who just have got this natural ability to connect and to communicate openly with people. I was not one of those. I was one of the people who loved being in the background because that's the safest place. It's the safest place to hide and for people to not notice. It is so easy to dumb down and to dull your shine so that other people can stand out and when you look at it, the excuses that I used was I was the support structure for them. I was there to help them grow. I was lying to myself. You see, that was the easy part, helping them to grow and to succeed. Yes, easy. Why? Because that allowed me to not step out. It allowed me to use them as an excuse for why I was being complacent. You see, being a people pleaser is the lamest excuse we can ever have in life, because we use that to ground ourselves to the point where we cannot see up. We're so used to looking down and walking in the shadows of other people. How will we ever know our self worth if we do not step up? And that is where compassion came in for me. And I realized that in order to entice an entire epic year of possibilities for my life going forward, an epic year of possibilities for my future, for what I deserved, I could no longer be the people pleaser, the person who's always the doormat to others, and the person who's always serving. You see, that's another dangerous game that people play as entrepreneurs. And I'm telling you this from personal experience, because while I was busy serving, I was serving other people's needs. I was serving other people's dreams, their wants and their expectations. While I was lying to myself that I'm being of service to other people, I was doing a disservice to myself. And when I look at how compassion helped me to grow, it was in the fact that I realized just finding my voice and knowing what I stand for, and then sticking to my values and sticking to what I believed in, and actually demanding that other people understand and see me for who I am. They could not see me for who I am because I did not show up. I did not allow them to. And so when you look at the journey of the compassionate entrepreneur of influence, there's so much more that has to happen in terms of development. I had to understand people better. I had to understand where culturally and even traditionally, where people needed me to adjust without changing who I am. And so when I look at the next week, when I spoke into on week 2, the creative entrepreneur, I was talking about challenging mindsets for a successful year ahead. And the reason I said that we need to have a creative side, is that when you are so used to, this is the old school methods, this is how we always did things, this is how our parents did stuff, how other business people are doing things. Okay, those are great in terms of helping to add value to your foundation, but it doesn't help you to evolve in the business world if you don't embrace being creative. You see, I spoke into how Elon Musk had a thought. He wanted to go to space, so he started creating his own space academies. He wanted to alleviate a lot of the issues within our precious world and how we were destroying our earth. And so he created Tesla. Now, he didn't just come up with the idea, just sleeping on it and saying, you know what, I think I want to do something. I think we should do something. It wasn't in general conversations. These were powerful conversations held with many creative minds. And see, when you surround yourself with creativity, You don't always have to know everything. You have the idea, and then you build on it with the knowledge and the expertise of other people. And this is why I said masterminding is powerful. And so when we look at the next part, where I was talking into the visionary entrepreneur, I was talking about the fact that if you are starting with compassion for your own self development, you are now becoming creative because you've got ideas that will change the world. Where are you heading with that? What is your vision with it? And then what role does clarity play in your vision as an entrepreneur? And so when you think about it from that point of view, it all adds up and there is a flow to where you're going and how you're growing. And when you look at the next part, loyalty is not as elusive as you think, because becoming an entrepreneur of influence builds loyalty within your business. When you honor people within your environment, when you respect them and make them feel seen, make them feel heard, make them feel like they are worth it, you are now getting to a position as an entrepreneur where you're building the foundations of your humanness, where you're realizing that it's everything starts with you and your development. And personal insight allows you to actually question yourself. You can only be creative when you've got an open mind and when your thinking is at a point where it is filled with an abundance mentality and a positivity that allows ideas to flow. So, when you take all of this into account, it makes sense that you need to know where you are heading next. And that is why I think that in the next segment, it's going to be important for you to see how I flowed with all of these topics into the next areas of challenging mindset. Now I'm going to take a quick 2 to 3 minute break. But when we come back, I'm going to delve into more juicy tidbits. I will see you again now.